Hey everyone, it's Adam here with GYV and the O Girls Garden Goodies, doing a fall update video on the garden and what you should be thinking about planting right now if you live in Zone 10, Florida, because fall is here. The weather has been phenomenal the past like 3 days, cool nights, daytime temperatures aren't crazy high, and the plants are loving it. So if you're thinking about starting a fall garden, but you're not sure, well, now is the time to make that decision. Okay, so if you want to grow things like tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, other squash, edamames, sunflowers, lettuce, leafy greens, cauliflower, broccoli, okra, beets, strawberries, onions, carrots, you name it. The whole grocery store you can plant right now. It's fall. It's the best time of the year to start your garden for a fall season. Now, in Florida, our frost dates are not like up north where we can almost grow year round. Now, the almost part is really the dead of summer, which I don't grow in, but that's really the only time you can't grow, because we have crops in Florida that you can overwinter just like up north. But we have, like, you can plant in November and overwinter all the way till spring. Strawberries, onions, elephant garlic, did I say onions? But there are some crops that you can grow over the winter and have in spring here in Florida. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do this year in November, is to plant those type of over the winter crops. But right now, there are so many choices that you can plant. And if you're on the fence about doing a fall garden and you want to do it, you got to make your decision now. This is the time to buy those transplants, build that raised bed, put them in plastic black pots if you need to. Get them in the ground, because this is the time to do it. So currently, what I would recommend, if you're a new gardener just making a decision after watching my video that you're going to do a fall garden this year, you know, great ones to do is really, you know, tomatoes, zucchini, yellow squash, cucumbers. Those are really great choices to start off with in your garden. So now is the time. So take action, start that garden you always want to start, and get to it, and get that gardening, get that green thumb going, you know. So I want to show you an update on my garden. I haven't done one in a little bit, and I've been really busy with work, so I want to show everybody what I've been up to and kind of what I'm going through in my decision making in my garden, to hopefully inspire you to do some gardening too, because it's extremely rewarding to have a garden. You know, maybe not as big of a garden that I'm growing here. I wouldn't say jump into a 3,000 square foot home garden overnight. Definitely baby steps. I didn't get this size garden overnight either. You know, I've been gardening every year now straight for at least 5 years, and definitely rewarding, and every year you're building on what you did the previous year and getting better and better and better. So, well, let me show you what my garden looks like. I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any questions about anything I'm growing or why I'm growing it, hit me up in the comments, and also don't forget to subscribe and like to my channel. It definitely makes me feel good that you guys are enjoying what I'm shooting over here. So thank you, and let's get to it. All right, fall garden update for 2021 here in Sebastian, Zone 10A. So this is what I've been growing, and let me show you. This is my cucumber row here, and they're doing pretty well. Could be a little bit more green, but they are on fruit. So that's that's most of the cucumbers. I have cucumbers on the next row, but right here I planted snapdragon flowers. And I believe you can overwinter snapdragons. My first time growing these. I'm gonna try to do it this year. Right here is a kind of a special tomato plant. We found some seeds on a vacation. My daughter picked them up, so we decided to plant it, and we're calling this one Allie's Pearl Tomatoes. So hopefully those turn out good. I had some pole beans here growing. More cucumbers. And then from here to there, I have the sugar snap peas. First time I planted these, it was way too hot. And it just got completely nuked by the September sun. But I direct seeded these, and they're doing pretty well. So this row right here, now these rows are about 30 inches wide and about 30 feet long, if anybody's interested. I just put some transplants in of succession planting my squash plants, zucchini, yellow squash. This is some yellow squash here, you can see. Yep. And these are my zucchinis that we grew last year, same variety. Everybody loved them. So here's some more transplants I put in. And then okra, jambalaya okra I picked up from Haas Tools. They talked about these things so much that I just had to buy them. And not really an okra fan, but I figured I'm going to give these a try and make everything sound so good on the Row by Row channel. You just got to buy everything they sell. But if you guys haven't seen the Row by Row YouTube channel by Haas Tools, you should definitely tune in. It's every Thursday evening for about an hour and a half, and they go over some really good stuff. They bring in some pretty cool guests. All right, so I got 3 rows of tomatoes, all different types: paste tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes, red snapper, red deuce, dad's yellow tomato, giant rainbow, red candy, Juliet's, sugar bombs. I mean, I got a variety here, and I have more transplants to put in the ground, which I'm going to put in the back garden. And here's my little Thai basil plants. I have a couple different kinds of beets. I got Bull's Blood and Early Wonder beets here. Planted them a little too soon, and they got scorched by the sun, but they're coming back fine. My green magic broccoli, that was a complete success last spring. Doing it again, and I have about 6 more broccolis that I'm have ready to go in the ground from transplants. Here's my cabbage, not looking so good. Maybe it'll bounce back. It's got some scorch from it. I just planted it a couple days ago. Then now this is special cabbage, by the way. This is the from that giant veg guy over in Europe area. He grew, I think he's growing like the world's largest cabbage, and that's what these seeds came from. So these cabbage plants are supposed to get humongous, but we'll see. This is a row of flowers here. We have zinnias. They're about to set some heads here. Cosmos, more zinnias. These sunflowers we planted, they were just really leggy, but they're beautiful. There's those white sunflowers, more snapdragons, sunflowers, zinnias. These are starting to bloom pretty good. All right, let's go to the back garden. I haven't, the progress back there has definitely slowed down, and just decided I was gonna grow a bunch of watermelon back here and try my luck before it gets cold, and maybe we'll have some sweet watermelon for Christmas. I don't know, never done it before like that. I'm gonna try it this year. So start on this end. Here are my pumpkin plants. No pumpkins yet. Weather's cooling off, so I'm expecting the pumpkin to set some pumpkins. Actually, there's one little tiny one. It's not pollinated yet. It's so small, it hasn't even had a flower. But this might be my first pumpkin. I grew these a couple years ago. They weren't very productive, but they were cool pumpkins, good to eat. Butternut squash, not doing so good, but I'm hopeful. All right, just building the rows, putting in pine bark fines in between the rows, just trying to get that ready. I think this is where I'm gonna plant about, I don't know, 6 watermelon plants in this space. Should take up the whole place, I'm thinking. Edamames, soybeans, and sunflowers. You can never have a garden in Florida or anywhere without having some sunflowers. So I believe these are white ones and the bicolor sunflowers, pro cut ones. And this is where I kind of started slowing down, building the rows, and ran out of energy. But I've had issues. I blew out an irrigation line with my my broad fork, stabbed through the line twice. So, and then here is my trellis system, my birdhouse gourds, loofahs, and I fertilized today with ash, and I got some on the leaves there. So that is my fall garden update. All right, well, thank you for watching my video. I hope my video has inspired you to go out there and start your first fall garden. If you're in my neck of the woods, if you're up north, you probably already started your fall garden a month or two ago, and I want to say thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to subscribe, follow, like. I would greatly appreciate it, and catch you on the next video. So happy gardening, everybody.